Hi, how's it going? Mike here. Did you know that your vehicle's engine oil is as important to it as our blood is to us? Replacing your engine oil regularly increases the effectiveness and efficiency of your vehicle's engine in the lifetime of your vehicle. It increases how long you can keep it. And most engines could last over 300,000 miles if you change the oil regularly. That's the easiest, most effective way to increase the lifetime of having your vehicle. And we're going to go over the steps of changing your oil, from jacking up your vehicle, replacing your vehicle's oil filter, how to find it, where to find your oil's drain plug, and what type of oil to use, where to find that information. Now, typically, all the information you need to know about your vehicle's oil is in your vehicle's owner manual. The owner manual will tell you where to find your jack in your vehicle. It also tells you what kind of oil you need and how much of the oil you need. And it could be 5W30, 10W40, 020. Which is synthetic oil. So now that we kind of know the basics of why we need to change oil, let's look at how to change our oil. So you want to jack up your vehicle either by using your vehicle's jack, which you've located through the user's manual, or a floor jack, which typically most people that DIYers have in their garages. It is recommended to get a floor jack that exceeds the weight of the vehicle or is at the vehicle's weight, meaning that it will lift that vehicle without causing any safety concerns. So you want to lift the vehicle up, and typically underneath the vehicle it'll be notched, or it'll tell you where to place the jack, and you can find the information in your user's manual on where to place the jack. Once you jack up the vehicle, you want to use jack stands in the same area where the user manual tells you where to place your jack. After you replace the jack stands, you then can go underneath your vehicle safely and locate the oil drain plug. The oil drain plug is on the bottom of the motor. Typically it kind of has like a big hump at the bottom and then kind of tapers off to the back. To the back of that taper part of the oil pan is a little oil plug. Just looks like a bolt or a screw just kind of randomly placed there. That's usually about a 10 millimeter, 13 millimeter, half-inch bolt, which you can also find that information in your user's manual as well. Once you unscrew that plug, your oil will drain into an oil drain catch pan, which you can find and buy at your local parts store. Once your vehicle drains all of its oil, you want to clean off the oil plug of any debris, road grime, any sediment from the oil pan, and then replace it back into the oil pan, reversing the way that you took it off. Then you want to find the oil filter. The oil filter is mostly to the front of the motor, depending if your motor's if your motor faces the front of your vehicle, if your motor faces to the left or right of the vehicle. It will always be at the front of the vehicle, and it will say oil filter right on it. Sometimes if it's an aftermarket oil filter, it might say Fram oil filter or Fram products or something like that. Unscrew that. Usually it's about hand tight. Sometimes you might have to use a oil wrench, oil filter wrench, which you can find at your local parts store. The size, they'll be able to find the size of that wrench that you need to fit your oil filter. Unscrew that. Let the oil finish draining from that area of the motor. Replace that, reversing the steps that you did to take that off, or take off the oil filter. What I recommend before replacing your oil filter is putting a little oil on the rubber gasket oil filter and then putting it back up. Then you want to look at the oil type or oil weight that your vehicle recommends. And again, that information is in your user's manual. Rather it is the 5W30, 10W40, any of the synthetic weights. And you can always get that information of how much oil and what type out of user's manual. On top of your motor, it says oil only, and then the weight right on that cap. So unscrew the cap at the top of the motor, use a funnel, and pour in your oil, your new oil that you bought. Rather it's 4 gallons, 4.5 gallons, 4.5 quarts, 5 quarts, 6 quarts, whatever it may be, and then replace the cap. Start your vehicle, and if you don't get any oil, press your lights, and if you check your dipstick, which is next to the oil cap, usually either front or to the side of where the cap is, and usually it's a color with orange or yellow on the top of the dipstick. Pull that out, and if it's above the fill line and you have no pressure warning light, then you've effectively changed your oil and you're ready to go for 300,000 miles, and some of the synthetic oil 500,000 to 600,000 miles, up to 7,000 miles. Now you've had it. Have a great day.